Hi again! So I'm still continuing my Q&A with an author, and today's question comes from Mikayla's Reads, and she asks if, where the idea for the Medoran Chronicles came to me, and if there are any characters or plot lines inspired by actual people or events. How's my memory that I couldn't even remember that? Oof. So where the idea came to me and if there are plot lines or characters inspired by people or events. The second answer is no. For the second part, I try very carefully to keep this series in a fantasy world, so I don't deliberately base them on any people I know or any events that I know. I had a friend come up to me and she's like, "Oh, I can so see," a name of one of our other friends, "that you wrote such and such after this person." And I did the nod and smile thing, but at the end of the day, you know, when she walked off, I was like, I hadn't actually met that person until after I'd written that character, so that was definitely not true at all. So no to the people, no to the events, but I will say as an author, you know, as a human being, I absorb things in life, so when events in life actually come and happen and blah 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 blah, you can't really let that slide over you. So everything, you're a product of your circumstances and of life, and so everything I write will always have bits of me and bits of my life in it. I even say even the villains of a story are, you know, I can relate to them because I wrote them, and so they might, hopefully I'm not like the villains in my story, but my point is they could be what I would hope to never be like, or there's got to be some kind of attachment for me as an author there to them, and whether that's just because I despise them completely and never want to be like that, or whether because I can actually see parts of myself in that or parts of other people in that. It's kind of a convoluted answer. Short story, no, nothing is deliberately based on anything. Long story, everything in life is based on something. And the other question, which was, and I can remember it, is where did the idea come to me? And honestly, I have no idea. I don't plot my books, so everything from the first page of Akane onwards was, let's just roll with this and see where it goes. But, you know, it has a lot of fantasy elements that are common for a lot of books and movies and stories in general that I like. And so I always tell people that I wrote the book that I wanted to read. And that is very much the truth. I was reading a lot of books at the time before I wrote Akane, and they all had elements that I wanted, but none of them had all those elements in the one book, and so that's the book I decided to write, and Akane is a result of that. It's also a result of a really ridiculously overactive imagination and a daydreaming self that doesn't ever stop. So, you know, that's Akane, and that's this series in a nutshell. It's not really, you know, planned or anything like that, and every time I start a new book or a new chapter or even a new page or even a new writing day, I'm like, I have no idea what I'm writing today. So yeah, I'm not a very good plotter or thinker-aheader. I don't even know if that's a real phrase, but I'm not very good at that. So I'm ending this now. This is another very epically well done video of a Q&A with an author. Moi. So I hope you got something out of that, and I will continue with this series later. Okay, bye!